Mr. Gamer. I'm in Cedar Springs. Believe we're gonna go after a horde. Don't know what this one's about, so we're all gonna do some surprise. It says you gotta find it, so I might be searching for a minute. So let's get myself geared up and go check it out.
Secretary Pompeo has subsequently acknowledged that he listened in on the July 25th call. Now, since he was
okay, well, it's kind of lost there for a minute, but now I realize where I'm at.
Hey, how you been?
Out here, get some,
Okay, just stopping by.
let's see if we need some ammo. Full.
This is Volker to Giuliani.
Okay.
We've heard back from Andre again.
All right, I see how it is.
Now, one debate I have is whether or not I want to use
Come back whenever you need something.
a crossbow or the 50 caliber sniper. Functions, explosives, poisons. All of them have their benefits versus certain creatures out in the wild.
Look out.
I think I'm good on gas. Let's see if I need to repair anything.
Right?
No. I'm not going to put $64 worth of gas in it. It's pointless. So I do need to get some scrap of some type, and I haven't been up in this area in a minute. Oh,
Let me get the gate.
I'm not sure if I need to sell anything I've got. Let's check this. I don't have enough
Hey,
to sell.
Mercer, how's life?
Yeah, what? I'm gonna search real close first. I know this area here seemed to have some good stuff. At times, and sometimes I think stuff respawns, but I might be mistaken. But I'm in desperate need of scrap. I mean, my thing ain't in terrible shape, or my weapon ain't in terrible shape, but it still would be nice to have some stuff of that nature. Alright, well, at least I could use it.
Now, the conversation that Volker referred to in his earlier testimony took place on the morning of August 13th, when Giuliani made clear that the specific investigations related to Burisma, Code for Biden's, and the 2016 election had to be included in order to get the White House meeting. So the Americans sent back to the Ukrainian top aide a revised draft that included. This was then the essence of the quid pro quo regarding the meeting. And this direction came from...
And so now I see it changing the map. Now that I've got out here in the field, it's telling me to go to 3 different spots they may be at. And dummy me forgot to do exactly what I should have done to begin with. So, I mean, it's not a bad idea for me to just roam. Because I need scrap anyway. So, maybe I can take out a few of these. Oh. Let's check this out. Oh, I did put that, yeah, I did put that on there, so. Yep. One. to. Hell yeah. Damn though, I ain't got many shots. But the one shot, one kill ratio. Oh, another thing is I need to check out the Sun Against stats. So we're gonna go to gear. Dude, the penetration on that thing is crazy. So if they was to stand in, front to back, I'd take out 2. That's just versus regular old zombies.
In other words, whether any request had been made by any official U.S. law enforcement agency through formal channels, as you would expect if it were a legitimate request. Ambassador Volker tried to find a satisfactory answer. On August 15th, Volker's assistant asked Deputy Assistant Secretary George Kent whether there was any precedent for such a request for investigations. At his deposition, Kent testified that, if you're asking me, have we ever gone to the Ukrainians and asked them to investigate?
Oh, Jesus. Well, better have a look around.
I hope we haven't, and we shouldn't, because that goes against everything that we are trying to promote in the post-Soviet states for the last 28 years, which is the promotion of the rule of law. The next day, we're now on August 16th. In a conversation with Ambassador Bill Taylor, the U.S. ambassador in Kyiv, and Ambassador Taylor stepped in when Ambassador Yovanovitch was pushed out, Taylor, quote, amplified the same theme and told Kent that, quote, Yermak was very uncomfortable.
I think I kind of remember this mod squad roaming through here at one point in time.
As a result, it became clear to Kent in mid-August that Ukraine was being pressured to conduct politically motivated investigations. Kent told Ambassador Taylor, that's wrong, and we shouldn't be doing it as a matter of U.S. policy. Ambassador Volker claimed that he stopped pursuing the statement from the Ukrainians around this time because of the concerns raised by Zelensky's aide. At his deposition, and despite all of his efforts to secure a statement announcing these very specific political investigations desired by the president, Ambassador Volker testified that he agreed with Yermak's concerns and advised him that making those specific references was not a good idea because making those statements might look like it would play into our domestic politics. Without specific references to the politically damaging investigations that Trump demanded, the agreement just the statement
Dumbass me.
the White House meeting was scheduled. As it turns out, Ambassador Sondland and Volker did not achieve the breakthrough after all. Now let's go into what finally breaks the logjam, because that involves the military aid. With efforts to trade a White House meeting for a press statement announcing the investigations temporarily scuttled, Sondland and Volker go back to the drawing board. On August 19th, Ambassador Sondland told Volker that he drove the larger issue home with Yermak, President Zelensky's top aide, particularly that this was now bigger than a White House meeting, bigger than just a White House meeting, and was about the relationship per se. The relationship per se, not just about the meeting anymore. It's about everything. It's about everything. By this time in late August, a hold and security systems had been in place for more than a month, and there was still no credible explanation offered by the White House, despite some, like Ambassador Sondland, repeatedly asking.
You gotta get back away
There
from
were
this
no
mug.
interagency meetings since July 31st, and the Defense Department had withdrawn its assurances that it could even comply with the law, which indeed it couldn't. Every agency in the administration opposed the hold. As the Government Accountability Office confirmed, concerned DOD and OMB officials have been right that the president's holding a budget. At
I got myself some more scrap. That puts my regular weapon back up. Oh, explosives. Okay, it's coming. It's like it's on its way this way. And it's walking around.
I later came to believe that the resumption of security aid would not occur until there was a public statement from Ukraine committing to the investigations of the 2016 elections and Burisma, as Mr. Giuliani had demanded. From the embassy in Kyiv, David Holmes reached the same conclusion, a conclusion as simple as 2
There's the horde.
equals 4.
I was kind of expecting that.
Mr. Holmes, you have testified that by late August you had a clear impression that the security assistance hold was somehow connected to the investigations that President Trump wanted. How did you conclude that? How did you reach that clear conclusion?
Sure, we've been hearing about the investigation since March, months before, and we've been. President Zelensky had received a congratulatory letter from the president, saying he'd be pleased to meet him following his inauguration in May, and we hadn't been able to get that meeting, and then the security hold came up with no explanation. And I'd be surprised if any of the Ukrainians, you said earlier,
I'm just down there fucking around. Oh, pardon my French. Yeah, yeah.
They would have drawn that conclusion.
Because the investigations were still being pursued, and the hold was still remaining without explanation.
Correct.
So this, to you, was the only logical conclusion that you could reach.
Correct.
Sort of like plus 2 equals 4.
Exactly.
Sondland explained the predicament he believed he faced with a hold on aid to As my other State Department colleagues have testified, this security aid was critical to Ukraine's defense and should not have been delayed. I expressed
Well, I
this
took a
view
bunch
to
of them
many
out.
during this period, but my goal at the
I
time
just wonder if they can hear my gunshots.
aid release to break the logjam. I believe that the public statement we have been discussing for weeks was essential to advancing that goal. You know, I really regret that the Ukrainians were placed
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I do not regret doing what I could to try to break the logjam and to solve the problem. On August 22nd, Ambassador Sondland tried to break that logjam, as he put it, regarding both the security
Fucking trap
assistance
caught him.
hold and the White House meeting. Ambassador Sondland described those efforts in his public testimony. Let's listen to him again. In preparation for the Warsaw meeting, I asked Secretary Pompeo whether a face-to-face conversation between Trump and Zelensky would help to break the logjam. And this was when President Trump was still intending to travel to Warsaw. Specifically, on August 22nd, I emailed Secretary Pompeo directly, copying Secretary Kenna. I wrote, this is my email to Secretary Pompeo. Should we block time in Warsaw for a short coincide for POTUS to meet Zelensky? I would ask Zelensky to look him in the eye and tell him that once he determines that these folks are in place in mid-September, that Zelensky should move forward publicly and with confidence on those issues that focused on POTUS in the the end of August, National Security Advisor John Bolton arrived in Ukraine for an official visit.
Marauders taking on freaks. Yeah, go to it, fellas.
Testified about Ambassador Bolton's message to the Ukrainians.
Heck yeah.
Shortly thereafter, on August 27th, Ambassador Bolton visited Ukraine and brought welcome news that President Trump had agreed to meet President Zelensky on September 1st in Warsaw. Ambassador Bolton further indicated that the hold on security assistance would not be lifted prior to the Warsaw meeting.
Gotcha.
It would hang on whether President Zelensky was able to quote favorably.
Hold still,
Well, let's think about that for a minute. Let's think about that for a minute. Bolton further indicated that the hold on security assistance would hang on whether President Zelensky was able to favorably impress President Trump. But what do you think would favorably impress President Trump? What were the only two things that President Trump asked of President Zelensky? What were the two things that Rudy Giuliani was asking of President Zelensky in his top aides? What would favorably impress Donald Trump? Would Donald Trump be favorably impressed if President Zelensky were to tell him about this new corruption court or new legislation in the Rada, or how negotiations with the Russians were going, or how they're bringing about defense reform? Had any of those things ever come up in any of these text messages, any of these emails, any of these phone calls, any of these conversations? Of course not. Of course not. There was only one thing that was going to favorably impress President Trump in Warsaw, and that is if Zelensky told him to his face, I'm going to do these global investigations. I don't want to do them. You know I don't want to do them. I'm resisting doing them. But I'm at war with Russia, and I can't wait anymore. I can't wait anymore. I'm sure that will impress Donald Trump.
Bet you're here for your bike, right?
But the meeting between the two presidents never happened in Warsaw. President Trump canceled the trip at the last moment.
Hey, Deacon,
Hey, okay. Just seeing what you got.
Taylor asked for a private
can I get anything else for you?
Ambassador Taylor explained that he was extremely concerned about the hold on security assistance. He described the meeting
This will do you good out there.
during his testimony. Near the end of Ambassador Bolton's visit,
Find me if you need anything else.
privately, during which I expressed to him my
What?
serious concern about the withholding of military assistance to Ukraine.
I'll see you later, man.
Ukrainians were defending their country from Russian aggression. Ambassador Bolton recommended that I send the first person cable to Secretary Pompeo directly, relaying my concerns. Now, the State Department sending a first person cable is an extraordinary step. State Department cables are ordinarily written in the third person.
It's your bike, right?
Taylor testified at his deposition.
There you go.
Sending a first-person cable gets attention because there are not many
What?
first-person cables that come in. In fact, in its decade of service,
No play.
had never written a single one until now. Taylor sent that cable on August 29th. Would you like me to read that to you right now? I would like to read it to you right now. Except I don't have it. Because the State Department wouldn't provide it. But if you'd like me to read it to you, we can do something about that.
Thanks for stopping by.
Insist on getting that from the State Department. If you'd like to know what John Bolton had in mind when he thought
What?
that Zelensky could favorably impress the president in Warsaw, we can find that out too. Just for the asking.
Hey, wait a sec. Sorry.
So Taylor says that people always told him that the State Department would not provide that cable to us. But witnesses who reviewed it described it as a powerful message that described the fall of the building military aid to the facing incursion from Russian forces against Ukraine. Also sought to explain that U.S. assistance to Ukraine was vital to U.S. national security as well. Now, why don't essential that military assistance was not to just to Ukraine. Maybe they don't even see that cable because it describes just how important that military assistance is to us. To us. You don't even care about Ukraine.
Sorry guys, I was distracted there for a second.
Find Ukraine on the map. Why should we care about Ukraine?
Stop, puppy.
But we should care about Ukraine. They're an ally of ours. If it matters to us, we should care about the fact that in
Okay, Buddha, come up here.
we asked them to give up their nuclear weapons that they had in the Soviet Union,
Come up here.
and they didn't want to give them up, and we were worried
I'll
about
love on you a little bit.
We said, hey, if you give them up,
Yeah, I know.
which you don't want to do because you're worried the Russians might invade.
Yeah, we know. You're a nice puppy dog. Yes, you've been good. We know you have. All except for when you chew and make a mess outside. Which you did. Bad boy.
We care about that because they did give them up. And you know what?
Right here.
Just what they feared took place.
I'm sorry, puppy. Go bug your mommy.
They remain occupying part of Ukraine. That's the word of America we gave.
Yeah.
And we're breaking that word. Why?
I finally got off the hook for a second.
Political campaign? Pastor Taylor was exactly right. That's crazy. It's worse than crazy. It's repulsive. It's repugnant.
So, where the heck am I? Okay.
It breaks our word. And to do it in the name of these corrupt investigations is also contrary to everything we espouse around the world. I used to be part of a commission in the House on democracy assistance, where we would meet with parliamentarians, and I know my Senate colleagues do much the same thing. And we would urge our colleagues to observe the rule of law, not to engage in political investigations and prosecutions. I don't know how we make that argument now. I don't know how we look our allies or these burgeoning democracies in the face, our fellow parliamentarians, and make that argument now. How do we make that argument now? Now, testimony indicated that Secretary Pompeo eventually carried that cable into the White House. But there's no evidence that those national security concerns that they don't want you to see related to how the White House Politico was the first to publicly report that President Trump had implemented a hold on nearly $400 million of U.S. military assistance to Ukraine that had been appropriated by Congress. Now that the worst kept secret was public, Ukrainian officials immediately expressed their alarm and concern to American counterparts. As witnesses Ukrainians had two serious
I guess
concerns.
now I've got to
Law enforcement was the
track them down again. They were in that
which was
spot.
their ability to fight off Russia. But in addition, they were worried about
Yeah,
the symbolism of the fold, that it signaled to Russia and Vladimir Putin that the United States was wavering in its support for Ukraine. Witnesses testified that this was a division that Russia could and would exploit to drive further wedge between the United States and Ukraine to its advantage.
I gotta have my hand.
That was why, likely, the Ukrainian officials had wanted the hold to remain secret in the first place. Because it added to the negative impact to Ukraine if the hold itself was bad enough. But because of the United States, it was going to be far worse if it became public as it did today.
Let's see what time it is. It is 3 in the morning. So this should be out and about doing their thing. Oh, there what they are. Alright, so
Yermak said the
what
Ukrainians
is
were
that
very
right there?
concerned about the hold of military assistance. He said that he and
Pins
other
Lake.
Ukrainian officials would be willing to travel
There's
to
supposed to be a
Washington
horde
to
here
explain to
somewhere.
U.S. officials the importance of this assistance. Ambassador Taylor, who was on the ground in Ukraine, explained the Ukrainian viewpoint and, frankly, their desperation.
In September, the Minister of Defense, for example, came to me, I would use the word desperate, to figure out why the assistance was being held. He thought that perhaps if he went to Washington to talk to you, to talk to the Secretary of Defense, to talk to the President, he would be able to find out and reassure, provide whatever answer was necessary to have assistance released.
Without any official explanation for that, Americans provide little reassurance to their Ukrainian counterparts. It reported that President Trump,
What the
Secretary
heck?
Esper, and Secretary Pompeo met in late August and that they all implored the president to release the aid. But President Trump continued to refuse to release the aid. As of August 30th, the president clearly issued OMB a hold on security assistance. In documents reviewed by Just Security but withheld from the Congress by OMB on the president's instructions, OMB official Michael Duffy emailed DoD Controller Elaine McCusker that there is, quote, clear direction from POTUS to continue the hold. So here we are, August 30th. A month after that July 25th call, aid still being withheld. Still not willing to capitulate, not willing to violate Zelensky's own campaign approach, not engaging in
Alright, they was gonna knock me off my bike, didn't you? I know that game you're trying to play. There you go.
Jennifer Williams, special advisor to the Vice President for Europe and Russia, learned of the change. The Vice President's National Security Advisor asked for an update on the status of the security assistance that had just been publicly revealed during the bilateral meeting between the Vice President and President Zelensky in Warsaw. To brief Vice President Pence before he met with the Ukrainian President. National Security Advisor Bolton led the meeting. As As Williams described it, advisors in the room agreed on the need to get a final decision on security assistance as soon as possible so that it could be implemented before the end of the year. But Vice President Pence did not have authority from the president to release the aid.
No. This is a load of garbage.
At the end of it, he expressed concern directly to Vice President Pence about the security assistance being held until the Ukrainians announced the very same politically motivated investigations at the heart of the scheme.
You mentioned that you also had a conversation with Vice President Pence before his meeting with President Zelensky in Warsaw, and that you raised the concern you had as well that the security assistance was being withheld because of the president's desire to get a commitment from Zelensky to pursue these political investigations. What did you say to the Vice President?
I was in a briefing with several people, and I just spoke up and I said it appears that everything is stalled until this statement gets made, something that works to that effect, and that's what I believe to be the case based on the work that the three of us have been doing, Volker, Perry, and myself. And the Vice President nodded, like he heard what I said, and that was pretty much it, as I recall.
Everyone was in the loop. Master Sondland testified that Vice President Pence was neither surprised nor dismayed by the description of this protocol. At the beginning of the bilateral meeting between President Zelensky and Vice President Pence, as expected, the first question that President Zelensky related to the status of the security systems. As Vice President Pence's agent testified, President Zelensky explained that just equally with the financial and physical value of the assistance, that it was the symbolic nature of that assistance that really was the show of U.S. support for Ukraine and for Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Later that day, Vice President Pence spoke to the President about his meeting with President Zelensky. But the whole security systems remained in place well after Vice President Pence returned from Warsaw. And after the Warsaw meeting with Vice President Pence, Ambassador Sondland quickly pulled aside Andriy Yermak, Zelensky's top aide, and informed him that the aid would not be forthcoming until Ukraine publicly announced the two investigations that President Trump wanted. So here we are. Right after the meeting, they're still in Warsaw, and Zelensky pulls aside his Ukrainian counterpart, Yermak, and explains the aid is not coming until the investigations are announced.
Based on my previous communication with Secretary Pompeo, I felt comfortable sharing my concerns with Mr. Yermak. It was a very, very brief pull-aside conversation that happened within a few seconds. I told Mr. Yermak that I believed that the resumption of U.S. aid would likely not occur until Ukraine took some kind of action on the public statement that we had been discussing for many weeks.
Let's let that sink in for a minute, too. You heard my colleagues at the other table say, Ukrainians felt no pressure. There's no evidence they felt any pressure. Of course, we've already had testimony about how they did feel pressure. They did want to be drawn into this political campaign, and we saw over and over in these text messages and emails, no, you go first, you announce, no, you go first. And we're supposed to believe they felt no pressure. And there it is, it brings out in the open, the military aid is being withheld, and there's a connection between the withholding of military aid and these investigations, and the first thing they're asking about, they send a copy of the article, what's happening with this aid? They're ready to come to DC and pay for the aid. They go to Warsaw, they meet with President. The first question is the aid. And what happens after that meeting? Now that's a big meeting, by the way, with the Vice President and the president just It's hard for us to put ourselves in the Ukrainians' position. I mean, imagine the eastern third of our country were occupied by an enemy force. And we're beholden to another country for military aid. And they're saying you're not going to get it until you do what we want. Do you think we'd feel pressured? I think we'd feel pressured. And that's exactly the situation the Ukrainians are in now. You heard my council say before, well, what they say, they don't feel pressure. Like they're going to admit they were being shaken down by the President of the United States. You think they feel pressure now? You should see what kind of pressure they feel if they admitted that.
Oh, it's getting light out.
Tim Morrison, the NSC official, witnessed the
7 o'clock in the morning.
between Sondland and Yermak across the room, and immediately thereafter received a summary from Ambassador Sondland. He reported the substance of that conversation to his boss, Ambassador Bolton. Morrison to consolidate the affairs. Morrison confirmed that he did talk to the lawyers, in part to ensure there was a record of what Ambassador Sondland did. That record exists within the White House. Would you like me to read you that record? I'd be happy to read you that record. It's there for your asking. Of course, the president has refused to provide that record. Precisely why did Ambassador Bolton direct Morrison to tell the lawyers, to talk to the lawyers? Would you like Ambassador Bolton to tell you why he said that? He'd be happy to tell you.
Damn it, Marauder Patrol.
He's there for you. What did Bolton know about the freeze and aid prior to this meeting in Warsaw? What did he mean? That if he can press Zelensky, it's going to depend on whether he can press Zelensky. Would you like to know what that meant? I'd like to know what he meant by that. I think we know what he meant by that. Tim Morrison also conveyed the substance of the filicide to his colleague, Ambassador Taylor. So this is now Tim Morrison told by Bolton, go talk to the lawyers, and he talks to also Ambassador Taylor, our ambassador in Ukraine. On the evening of September 1st, I received a readout of the Pence-Zelensky meeting over the phone from Mr. Morrison, during which he told me that President Zelensky had opened the meeting by immediately asking Vice President about the security cooperation. Vice President did not respond subsequently, but said that he would talk to President Trump that night. The Vice President did say that President Trump wanted the Europeans to do more to support Ukraine, and that he wanted the Ukrainians to do more to fight corruption. During the same phone call with Mr. Morrison, he described the conversation Ambassador Sondland had with Mr. Yermak in Warsaw. Ambassador Sondland told Mr. Yermak that the security assistance would not come until President Zelensky committed to pursue the Burisma investigation. I was alarmed by what Mr. Morrison told me about the Sondland-Yermak conversation. Master Taylor then explained why he was so alarmed by this term. Let's hear that as well.
You said previously that you were alarmed to learn this. Why were you alarmed?
It's one thing to try to leverage a meeting in the White House. It's another thing, I thought, to leverage security assistance to a country at war, dependent on both the security assistance and the demonstration of support. It was much more alarming. The White House meeting was one thing, security assistance was much more alarming. On learning from Mr. Morrison that the military aid may be conditioned on Ukraine publicly announcing these two investigations, Ambassador Taylor sends an urgent text message to Ambassador Sondland asking, are we now saying that security assistance and White House meeting are conducting investigations. Response from Ambassador Sondland, call me. Well, you know what that means, right? You get a text message that's putting it in automatic. Are we saying assistance in the White House meeting are conditional investigations? Call me. No, don't put this in writing. Ambassador did in fact call Sondland, informed that at the time of the call he summarized that conversation as follows. During that phone call, Ambassador Sondland told me that President Trump had told him that he wanted President Zelensky to state publicly that Ukraine will investigate Burisma and alleged Ukrainian interference in the 2016 election. Ambassador Sondland also told me that he now recognized that he had made a mistake by earlier telling Ukrainian officials that only a White House meeting with President Zelensky was dependent on a public announcement of the investigations. In fact, Ambassador Sondland said everything was dependent on such an announcement, including security assistance. He said that President Trump wanted President Zelensky in a public box by making a public statement about ordering such investigations. Ambassador Taylor testified that his contemporaneous notes will reflect that Sondland used the phrase public box to describe President Trump's desire to ensure that the initiation of his desired investigations was announced publicly. A private commitment was not good enough. The State Department has Ambassador Taylor's extensive notes, and of course, we would like to show them to corroborate his testimony. But pursuant to the President's instructions, the State Department will not turn them over. You might recall from the tape yesterday, Ambassador Taylor said they'll be shortly coming, I'm told. Well, somebody countermanded that instruction. I think that was.
What?
My friend hated from school, bruh. He saw that I was screaming,
Sondland told Ambassador Taylor if
Oh,
the President's counsel tries to create any
he's checking out, be live streaming.
Hey, yo, what's up, Aiden?
Is that you, Hayden?
recollection in his deposition and another recollection in the first hearing.
Sorry, my dad likes to stream on my YouTube. Hope you're enjoying the content,
No,
though.
actually, it's not on your YouTube. I switched it back to mine. This is Old Man Gamer YouTube. I have my own identity again. Hard to believe, eh?
You would want to see contemporary demand those notes. Demand to see the truth.
I'm playing Mr. Sneaky Ass. I'm going around
We haven't seen them.
from behind and
Maybe those notes say something.
picking off these son bitches.
Those notes say no quid pro quo. Maybe those notes say it's a perfect call. I'd like to see it on the Ambassador Taylor's testimony and recollection. I'd like to see them. They're yours for the asking. On September 25th, the Washington Post editorial board reported concerns that President Trump was withholding military assistance for Ukraine in the White House meeting in order to force President Zelensky to investigations of Vice President Biden and Ukrainian interference in the U.S. election. The Post editorial board wrote, "We're reliably told that the president has a second, more venal agenda. He is attempting to force Mr. Zelensky to intervene in the 2020 presidential election by launching an investigation of the leading Democratic candidate, Joe Biden. Mr. Trump is not just soliciting Ukraine's help with his presidential campaign. He is using U.S. military aid the country desperately needs in an attempt to extort it." So that's September 25th. President on notice, scheme discovered. September 5th. September 7th. The evidence shows President Trump has a call with Ambassador Sondland, where the president made the bargain for military aid in the White House meeting even more explicit. On September 7th, Ambassador Sondland spoke to President Trump on the telephone. After that conversation, Ambassador
Alright, there's a bomb set.
to update him on that
And I'm getting ready to throw a Molotov cocktail
Unlike Sondland, who
on their
testified that he
butts.
never took
Actually, it's called a super napalm.
of the conversation and recalled it during his
Asshole, messing with my bike, son of a bitch.
Looks like it's gonna be a free-for-all.
Biden and 2016 investigations.
Nothing I did, yes.
I got lucky.
And that was
Pure luck.
essentially a condition for the security assistance to be released.
What a butthole fooling my bike.
After speaking with President Trump.
That's what he wrote.
They should bear in mind when Mr. Morrison says that's what he represented, that we asked Mr. Morrison about the president's calls with Ambassador Sondland, and he testified that every time he checked to see did Ambassador Sondland in fact talk with the president, when he said that he did, that yes, in fact, he talked with the president. Every time he checked, he was able to confirm it. Now, let's let this sink in for a minute. According to Mr. Morrison's testimony, former Republican staffer on the Armed Services over here want to persuade you that call didn't happen, or it wasn't said, or all he said was no quid pro quo. He never said, but you have to go to the mic and you have to want to do it.
Last one, I hope.
Well, there's a good way to find out what happened on that call, because it's in writing. Is there any question why they're withholding this from Congress? Is there any question about that? They didn't claim, well, Mr. Morrison didn't claim absolute immunity. There's no absolute immunity over these notes. No executive privilege over these notes. The notes have already been described. The conversation's already been released. There's no even plausible, arguable, invented even excuse for withholding these notes. I'd like to see them. I tell you, in any courtroom in America, you'd get to see them. It should be no different. Wouldn't be any different in a fair trial anywhere in America. Morrison again informed Ambassador Bolton of this September 7th conversation, and guess what Ambassador Bolton said? I think you could probably pull this up by now. Go talk to the lawyers. Go talk to the lawyers. And yet again, for the third time, Morrison went to talk to the lawyers about this conversation with Ambassador Sondland. Morrison also called Ambassador Taylor to inform him about the conversation, and we have the testimony from Ambassador Taylor about their conversation, which is also based on his contemporaneous notes. Let's look at the conversation now between Mr. Morrison and Ambassador Taylor.
According to Mr. Morrison, President Trump told Ambassador Sondland he was not asking for a quid pro quo.
Hey, Eddie.
That was so.
What the hell's the name of the
And say he is opening investigations of Biden
Bet you're here for your bike, right?
Yeah, maybe.
And that President Zelensky should want to do this himself.
We got stuff if you need it.
Okay, so here we have
Bike's looking
two
busted up.
witnesses taking
See ya.
contemporaneous notes, both reflecting the
see ya,
same
Dick.
conversation between Sondland and the president, in which the president says no.
Hey,
quid pro quo,
Deacon.
quid pro quo.
Okay, just stopping by.
There are documents that prove this.
What else can I do for you?
Documents that prove this.
Good
They're
choice.
yours for the asking. The following
Here you
day,
go.
September 8th, Sondland texts Taylor.
This'll do you
Ambassador
good out
Baker
there.
to speed on the conversations with President Trump and subsequently President Zelensky, whom we spoke to after President Trump.
Can I get anything else for you?
Multiple conversations with Z, Mini Zelensky.
Yeah, all
Yes,
right.
let's
I'll
talk.
be here. Let me know
Sondland spoke to
if you
Taylor,
need anything else.
but not Volker shortly after this text. According to Ambassador Taylor, he testified again.
What can I
on
get for you?
notes.
How's the bike business going, Zanny?
The following day, on September 8th, Ambassador Sondland and I spoke on the phone. He confirmed that he had talked to President Trump, as I had suggested a week earlier, but that President Trump was adamant that President Zelensky himself had to clear things
I'm
up
thinking about
in
doing
public.
the
President Trump
alternate
said
ending,
it was not a quid
and
pro
it's
quo.
kind of pretty cool.
So it's very consistent here.
I'm not sure if you guys are interested.
No quid pro
Shows an
quo,
alternate
Zelensky
ending
must
of the
announce
game.
investigations
I
publicly.
didn't play it last
This was what he
night.
was telling Sondland.
Thought about doing it since I had a little bit more
Except for
time.
quid pro quo.
I almost got off earlier.
President's attorneys rely on the first half of that sentence and would like you to forget the second half ever happened. But we don't have to leave our common sense at the door. We don't have to rely
Anyway,
on
I
an
might have to
incomplete
pause for a
description
couple
of
of
that
seconds.
call. We have instead the detailed notes.
Either that or I can try to go
from
after
Morrison
this
and
horde.
Ambassador
I
Taylor.
don't think it's a big one.
But we also know what President Trump told
Yeah, this is
Sondland
a
because
big one.
Sondland relayed
This
that
one's a
message to
baby one.
President
Only
Zelensky.
2000 XP.
During the same September 8th
Same
conversation with
thing.
Taylor, Sondland described his conversation with President Zelensky. Here's
Oh, it says
Ambassador
1200.
Taylor's account of it.
Oh, $1,200.
Ambassador
Yeah,
Sondland
2000.
also said that he had talked to
That's what
President
these last
Zelensky
ones
and Mr.
was.
Yermak,
There's some that are just crazy,
that
and I
although
don't
this
think
was
they
not
give you
a
anymore.
quid
Oh,
pro
okay. I
quo,
think these are just
if
baby
President Zelensky did not
hordes,
clear
maybe.
things up in public, we would be at a stalemate. I understood a stalemate to mean that Ukraine would not receive the much needed military
See, there's
assistance.
one 3,000, so
Ambassador
it's
Sondland
obvious a
said that
bigger
this
horde.
conversation concluded with President Zelensky agreeing
Yeah.
to make a public statement in an interview on CNN.
These down here are 4,000. Okay, so those are huge hordes. I can tell the difference now. Yeah.
But Sondland confirms that he's relayed this conversation to Zelensky himself. Everyone was now in the
Okay, I'm gonna pause for just a second.
being withheld for the
Oh,
political
I'm just checking my
investigations.
stuff here too. Okay, so
Taylor
1
continued
of 7.
recalling the startling analogy
Cartridge
Ambassador
collectible.
Sondland used
1
to
of
describe
4.
President Trump's approach
Hmm.
to Ukraine.
There's some stuff that I haven't collected through here somewhere.
During our meeting, during our call on September 8th, Ambassador Sondland tried
Well, maybe I need to
explain
go
to
up
me
there
that
and
President
check out
Trump is a
the
businessman.
website out and find
A
out what I
businessman is
missed.
about to sign a check to someone who owes him something. The businessman asked that person to pay up before signing the check. Ambassador Volker used the same language several days later while we were together at the Yalta European Strategy Conference. I argued to both that the explanation made no sense. The Ukrainians did not owe President Trump anything.
Ambassador Taylor testified that at the end of the Sondland-Zelensky conversation, President Zelensky said that he had relented and agreed to do a CNN interview to announce the investigations. So there was a breakthrough after all. The promised meeting wasn't enough. The withheld security assistance broke the logjam. Zelensky was going to go on CNN and announce the investigations. Taylor, though, remained concerned that even if the Ukrainian leader did as President Trump required, President Trump might continue to withhold the vital U.S. security assistance in any event. Ambassador Taylor texted his concerns to Ambassador Volker and Sondland, stating, "The nightmare is they give the interview and don't get the security assistance. The Russians love it, and I quit." that's quite telling too. What's Ambassador Taylor worried about? He's worried the Ukrainians are finally going to agree to do it. They're going to make the announcement, and they're still going to get stiffed on the aid. At his deposition, Ambassador Taylor elaborated the nightmare scenario. The nightmare is the scenario where President Zelensky goes out in public, makes an announcement that he's going to investigate Burisma and the interference in the 2016 election, maybe among other things. He might put that in some series of investigations, but the nightmare was he would mention those two, take all the heat from that, get himself in big trouble in this country, meaning Ukraine, or this country, meaning the United States, and probably in this country as well, meaning both, I guess, and the security assistance would not be released. That was the nightmare. If it were to happen, Taylor testified he would quit. Early in the morning in Europe on September 9th, which was 12:47 a.m. in Washington, D.C., Ambassador Taylor reiterated his concerns about the president's quid pro quo for security assistance in another series of text messages with Ambassadors Volker and Sondland. So here are the September 9th text messages. Taylor texts to Sondland. The message to the Ukrainians, parentheses, and Russians, we send with a decision on security assistance is key. With a whole, we have already shaken their faith in us. Thus, my nightmare scenario. And Taylor goes on and says, counting on you to be right about this interview, Gordon, meaning if they do it, you darn well better come through with the military aid. And Sondland says, Bill, I never said I was right. I said we are where we are and believe we have identified the best pathway forward. Let's hope it works. And Taylor said, as I said on the phone, I think it's crazy to withhold security assistance for help with a political campaign. Ambassador Taylor testified about what he meant. He said that to withhold that assistance for no good reason other than help with a political campaign made no sense. It was counterproductive to all of what we've been trying to do. It was illogical. It could not be explained. It was crazy. In response to Ambassador Taylor's text message, Sondland replies at about 5 a.m. in Washington. So the message from Taylor goes out at 12:47 a.m. The message back from Sondland comes at 5 a.m. So it looks like it may be 5 hours later. So Taylor has texted at 12:47 a.m. As I said on the phone, I think it's crazy to withhold security assistance for help with a political campaign. There he is again, putting it in writing for crying out loud. Hadn't Sondland said to call him about this stuff? And so 5 hours later, you get this really interesting message from Sondland. Bill, I believe you're incorrect about President Trump's intentions. The president has been crystal clear. No quid pro quos of any kind. The president is trying to evaluate whether Ukraine is truly going to adopt the transparency and reforms that President Zelensky promised during his campaign. I suggest we stop the back and forth by text. In other words, can you please stop putting this in writing? Congress may read this one day. If you still have concerns, I recommend you give Lisa Kenna or S a call to discuss them directly. Thanks. Now, as you can see, Ambassador Sondland's subsequent testimony revealed that this text and other denials of a quid pro quo were intentionally false and simply designed to provide a written record of a false explanation that could later be used to conceal wrongdoing. The text message says there were no quid pro quos of any kind. But you've seen his testimony. He swore under oath. He said there was a quid pro quo for the White House meeting, and he subsequently testified there was a quid pro quo for the security assistance as well, as confirmed by President Trump's direction to him on September 7th. Sondland's recollection of his conversation with President Trump, as I mentioned, has evolved over time. Initially, in his deposition, he testified that the conversation with the president occurred between Taylor's text of September 9th at 12:47 Washington time and his response at 5 a.m. He recalled very little of the conversation at that time other than his belief that his text message reflected President Trump's response. Subsequently, though, and again, this is one of the reasons why you do depositions in closed session. Subsequently, After the opening statements of the testimony of Ambassador Taylor and Mr. Morrison were released, which described in overlapping and painful detail Sondland's conversation with President Trump on September 7th, Ambassador Sondland submitted an addendum to his deposition testimony, which in relevant parts said this. Finally, as of this writing, I cannot specifically recall if I had one or two phone calls with President Trump in the September 6 to 9 timeframe. Despite repeated requests to the White House and the State Department, I have not been granted access to all of the phone records, and I would like to review those phone records along with any other notes and other documents that may exist to determine if I can provide a more complete testimony to assist Congress. However, although I have no specific recollection of phone calls during this period with Mr. Taylor, Ambassador Taylor, Mr. Morrison, I have no reason to question the substance of their recollection about my September 1 conversation with Mr. Yermak. During his public testimony, Ambassador Sondland purported to remember more of this conversation with President Trump. Although he still couldn't, or maintained he couldn't remember if it was on September 7th or September 9th. And according to his testimony, President Trump did not specifically say there was a quid pro quo, but when Sondland simply asked the president what he wanted from Ukraine, President Trump immediately brought up a quid pro quo. According to Sondland, President Trump said, I want nothing, I want no quid pro quo, I want Zelensky to do the right thing. And I said, what does that mean? And he said, I want him to do what he ran on. In his subsequent testimony, Ambassador Sondland explained that President Trump's reference to what he ran on was a nod to rooting out corruption. Here, however, corruption like Burisma has become code for the investigations that President Trump has sought. So you've got Ambassador Sondland's emerging recollection. But what you've got is actually written notes taken at the time that he does not contest. Written notes of Ambassador Taylor and Mr. Morrison. Notes which I believe will reflect quite clearly the understanding of dirt for dollars that was confirmed by this telephone call with President Trump.
Well, you weren't dissuaded then, right? Because you still thought that the aid was conditioned on the public announcement of the investigations after speaking to President Trump.
By September 8th, I was absolutely convinced it was.
And President Trump did not dissuade you of that in the conversation that you acknowledge you had with him.
I don't ever recall, because that would have changed my entire calculus. If President Trump had told me directly, I'm not...
That's not what I'm asking, Ambassador Sondland. I'm just saying, you still believed that the security assistance was conditioned on the investigation after you spoke to President Trump. Yes or no?
From a time frame standpoint, yes.
Okay, so here we have Sondland saying that whatever his recollection may be about that call, he was still very clear what the president wanted, and he was very clear there was a quid pro quo. That is consistent, obviously, with what Mr. Morrison has had to say and Ambassador Taylor. In other words, he didn't believe President Trump's denial of a quid pro quo, and neither should you. Sondland's understanding was further confirmed by President Trump's own chief of staff. On October 17 at a press briefing in the White House, Mick Mulvaney admitted that President Trump withheld the essential military aid for Ukraine as leverage to pressure Ukraine to investigate the conspiracy theory that Ukraine had interfered in the 2016 election.
Those were the driving factors. Did he also mention to me in the past that the corruption related to the DNC server? Absolutely, no question about that. But that's it. That's why we held up the money.
When pressed that he had just convinced of the very quid pro quo that President Trump had been denying, Mulvaney doubled down. Let's listen to that.
But to be clear, you just described it as a quid pro quo. It is funding will not flow unless the investigation into the Democratic server happens as well.
We do that all the time with foreign policy.
This evidence demonstrates that President Trump withheld the security assistance in the White House meeting with President Zelensky until Ukraine made a public statement announcing the two investigations, targeted to help his political re-election efforts. But as you will learn next,
So is Hayden still?
he got caught, and the cover-up ensued.
Okay, I'm back, guys.
Chief Justice and Senators, thank you for your patience. This is a lot of information, but you have a very important obligation.
Cut this one off.
And that is ultimately to decide whether the president